Good morning again, Chairman Murphy, Representative Castor, and members of the subcommittee. I am Alan Larsen, counsel to the Inspector General for both the Environmental Protection Agency and the Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board. I thank this committee for highlighting the importance of acting on unimplemented OIG recommendations. As you know, an Office of Inspector General cannot direct an agency's actions. Our influence is through our recommendations, which can result in substantial cost savings and major improvements in agency programs, but only if an agency chooses to implement them. Our OIG undertakes a risk-based work planning process to determine which issues we will review during the coming year. Our plan, however, is always subject to change as we inevitably receive hotline requests and congressional requests. We conduct those reviews and issue final reports, which generally will include one or more recommendations to address our findings. As required by the Inspector General Act, the EPA OIG publishes a cumulative list of unimplemented recommendations in our semi-annual reports to Congress. Our most recent report cited 43 open recommendations with past due completion dates and 56 with future dates. Notably, potential cost savings for the unimplemented recommendations listed amount to over $100 million. Now, I will briefly discuss some of the OIG's recommendations to the EPA that remain unimplemented. You will see that some are quite recent. I highlight them because of their potential impact. In July 2017, we completed a review of the processes the EPA uses to verify that agency contractors have the training needed to protect the agency from cyber attacks. We found that the EPA is unaware of the number of contractors who require specialized training. The OIG recommended that the EPA implement a process to maintain a listing of contractors who require the specialized training, and that the agency report this information to its Chief Information Security Officer. While the agency has committed to implement a process for verifying that agency contractors are appropriately trained, our recommendation remains unimplemented, posing a continuing risk to the agency's information, data, and network. Through another audit completed in August of 2014, we looked at the agency's oversight of cloud computing initiatives. We found that the EPA's lack of oversight over vendors resulted in missed opportunities for significant savings. The EPA paid over $2 million for services that were not fully rendered or did not comply with federal requirements. We recommended several corrective actions to the agency, such as improving its policies and performing documented cost-benefit analyses. To date, the agency has not fully implemented all of our recommendations. In April 2017, we completed a review of Puerto Rico's state revolving funds based on a hotline complaint from the EPA. The EPA reported that the Puerto Rico Government Development Bank did not have funds to honor a combined balance of approximately $188 million. The OIG determined that over $774 million is at risk due to Puerto Rico's financial crisis, and that the restoration of funds in the near future is highly unlikely. The OIG recommended that the EPA evaluate options to restore the valuability of the revolving funds or implement new strategies better suited to the needs of Puerto Rico. While the agency has committed to considering future approaches to grant funding, the OIG's recommendation is as yet unimplemented. These are just a few of the examples of OIG's recommendations to the agency. We will continue to work actively with the EPA and keep Congress fully advised regarding actions to address our recommendations. Accomplishing our work requires sufficient appropriated funds from Congress. Our funding clearly represents a fruitful investment for the American taxpayer, as the OIG returned $22 for every dollar given to us in fiscal year 2016. While I'm aware that this is not an appropriations committee, I respectfully ask for any help you can provide us in this regard. Mr. Chairman, this concludes my prepared statement. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.